here on the Louisiana Hayride. His name is
Hank Williams.
the Drifting Cowboy.
On the Grand Ole Opry, Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys.
Hi, this is Emmylou Harris.
Hi, folks. This is Sam Bush.
Hello, this is Odetta.
This is Joan Baez, and you're listening to the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
And now, gather the family around and sit back in your easy chair. It's time again for the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour, our worldwide celebration of grassroots music. Let's welcome folk singer Michael Jonathan.
Thank you. We're going to start with a song about how much a father can love his children. There's a love a father knows, a special place. There's something dying up here. Did you hear that? I think this. We got to start that again. Sorry. Okay, from the top. Yeah, please. Okay. So everybody can applaud. Oh, wait. When you say the top, you mean that top or the earlier top? I meant the earlier top. All right, let's do the earlier top. No, your call. Huh? Let's do the earlier. Let's just start it again. Okay, give me a second. The cable is. Give me 1 second here. It was okay before. No, that's a bad cable. We need another instrument cable. Okay. Sorry, guys. Oh, don't give me yours. Yeah. No. Thank you, Kieran. Look at that. He was going to give me his cable. Huh? It should be, right? I might tell my farmer joke if you keep that up. No. All right, I think we're ready. Okay. All right, let's try from the top. Sorry.
Support for WoodSong Show number 1137 is provided by the Kentucky Department of Tourism, Martin Guitars, Visit Lex.com, The Lyric Theater, Travel Hosts Magazine, and our family of WoodSongs partners. Special thanks to the beautiful Clarion Hotel and Conference Center, welcoming visitors to Lexington, Kentucky, the horse capital of the world, celebrating 250 years, and home for parks, museums, festivals, great music, and WoodSongs. Take your next vacation trip to the musical state of Kentucky. For information, visit our website at woodsongs.com.
Here on the Louisiana Hayride. His name is
Hank Williams.
the Drifting Cowboy.
On the Grand Ole Opry, Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys.
Hi, this is Emmylou Harris.
Hi, folks. This is Sam Bush.
Hello, this is Odetta.
This is Joan Baez, and you're listening to the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
And now, gather the family around and sit back in your easy chair. It's time again for the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour, our worldwide celebration of grassroots music. Let's welcome folk singer Michael Jonathan.
I'm going to start the show with a song about how fathers love their children. There's a love a father knows, a special place his daughter goes, on a river of love that always flows gently to the sea. On the ocean we sail away to a sunset so far away, on a ship of words with still so much to say as you go away. And I know we'll be going soon and leave behind your empty room, and my heart will break like a big balloon the day you go away. So who's this boy that keeps coming round? What's this love that you claim you found? And since when did I lose so much ground in your life these days? You change so fast, you change so soon, with the shocking speed of a sonic boom. Now you struggle free from my warm cocoon as you go away. And I know you'll be going soon and leave behind your empty room, and my heart will break like a big balloon the day you go away. So these words I sing from my heart. My love for you will never stop, and your daddy's love is a real good place to start as you go away.
WoodSongs is presented in part by our family of WoodSongs partners, by the Kentucky Department of Tourism and VisitLex.com, inviting people from all over the world to visit our lakes, mountains, parks, sports, music, and art festivals, and more. You can explore everything Kentucky has to offer your family vacation online at KentuckyTourism.com. And by the Martin Guitar Company, building handcrafted guitars for professionals and front porch pickers since 1833. Online at martinguitars.com.
And welcome everybody to the beautiful and historic Lyric Theater here in our hometown of Lexington, Kentucky. We are indeed broadcasting all over the world on well over 500 radio stations, from Australia to Ireland, New Zealand to New York, Yuma, Arizona to the Yukon, and across Canada, celebrating this amazing, wonderful world of grassroots music. On this particular show, we're certainly going to be celebrating the acoustic guitar with some amazing performers. Artists come from everywhere to be on WoodSongs. You don't have to be famous to be on WoodSongs. You just have to be very, very good. And like I said, that's the case. We have two spectacular instrumental guitarists, one of them from Australia, and the first artist up has a powerful, powerful story of what he went through as a young boy in Guatemala. And now he's in America. He's got a wonderful new album that he's going to play the title song for us right now. Please welcome him. It's called Peace with a Lion. Please welcome David Lindes to the WoodSongs Old Time Radio.
I remember the deafening roar, his weight as I crumbled, a lifeless thud. I remember his teeth at my throat, his claws at my navel, the scent of blood. How do you make peace with a lion? I wanna know. How do you make peace with a lion if the pain won't go? I've been hobbling around for so long, a bundle of torn flesh and broken bones, and it's hard not to yelp with each memory, each worm-covered wound I still haven't outgrown. How do you make peace with a lion? I wanna know. How do you make peace with a lion if the pain won't go? Bring me the hand of the healer, gently bind up what is left of me. Loosen the ropes of my vengefulness. Whisper the truth that'll make me free. How do you make peace with a lion? I wanna know. How do you make peace with a lion if the pain won't go?
Title cut to his new album, Peace with a Lion. David Lindes, it's nice to have you here, all the way from Guatemala. That's where you grew up in Central America.
That's right.
The land of eternal spring.
It's there.
Yes. And you have since moved to the States. You've moved to Utah. So
That's right.
You're living in Utah. And this album and the title cut that you just performed, Making Peace with a Lion, is a very cryptic reference to the kind of relationship you had with your dad. Now, this is something that might come off as personal to a lot of folks that you and I are talking about this, but this is a common thing. This is the reason for your album. This is the reason for your message in music right now. You had a very, very difficult, can I say violent?
Yeah.
A violent relationship with your dad. So tell me about that.
Well, he abandoned our family when I was a baby. We normalized this. And I didn't know I was hurting about it until I had my own child. I searched for my father for 7 years. It sounds biblical, but it's true. It was 7 years. And when I found him, he didn't want anything to do with me.
Did that hurt?
It was as if he had just left.
Really? So you were like reliving the emptiness all over again.
It really was.
Now, did writing the songs for this album, was this a healing process for you?
Absolutely.
You know, there's a lot of artists that use their music. You know, Cat Stevens had a great song called Father and Son. You know, was artists like that part of your journey in figuring out how to use music to restore who you were?
Absolutely. In the absence of a father, I actually looked to songwriters to tell me how to live, and Cat Stevens was one of those.
Well, you know, like I said, there are many artists out there, and it's not an uncommon thing. So for those that are listening that might feel a little uncomfortable, this is something that it's an important message to you. And when you come down to it, I mean, the songs on this album you are reliving the hurt that you felt with your dad. That can be painful just to sing about it, I would think.
It can.
I mean, Peace with a Lion, the song you just performed. I mean, lyrically, you're referring to your dad, saying that I don't know how to deal with you.
Yeah, I think there's a degree of pain there, but there's also a reframing of the story. And there's also a creating of space so that others can think of their story.
Well, let's go back into your music. This album, Peace with a Lion, is a beautiful piece of work. It's very reflective, especially those who have had traumatic experiences with their parents. This is a good album for you to learn from, to get refreshed from. But you're going to go into your native language. In Guatemala, you perform in Spanish.
That's right.
Right, so that's what this song is. In English, the song is Came Here to Forgive You. That side title says everything right there. I guess 7 years ago you were hoping for that.
Yes, I was hoping for one of those indie movie endings with like happy montages.
Right,
you know?
Didn't happen though, did it?
No.
Well, let's listen to the song. It's from his album Peace with a Lion. It is David Lindes on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
Viejas heridas, suéltenme, arranquen sus nidos de mi piel, vasta raíz de mi dolor, voy a arrancarte hoy. Te vengo a perdonar, ternura por violencia, me vengo a liberar, dar fin a mi sentencia de odiar y de llorar, y al fin voy a sanar. Te vengo a perdonar, perdonar. Te vengo a perdonar, perdonar, perdonar. Te vengo, oh, te vengo a perdonar.
Beautiful song from his album, Peace with a Line. If you want to know how to make the music of David Lindes part of your home music collection, if you would like to find out more about him and this incredible, somewhat painful but recovering story of him and his dad, you just go to the WoodSongs website, click on the archive page. This is show number 1137. We'll connect you with David Lindes as well as our next artist. Some guys are so good that we get them to come back quicker than normal, and that's the case with this fella. Now, David is from Guatemala in Central America. He is from Melbourne, Australia, and he's in the United States now. His shows, his guitar playing, his prowess on this instrument can leave audiences absolutely breathtaking. You're about to experience that now. From his album called Live at the Melbourne Recital Center, this is a tune called Sangria. Please welcome the incredible Kieran Daniel to the WoodSongs Old Time Radio. I told you. Kieran Daniel, K-Y-R-A-N, Daniel from Australia. So the first question everybody wants to know is, how in the H-E double hockey sticks do you get that good?
You sacrifice your own childhood to practice. Is that too dark?
Well, let's say, well, no, it's true. You started playing when you were like around 8 years old?
Yeah, 8 years old, 8 or 9.
Started playing in bars when you were like not even a teenager yet.
Yeah, I mean, I need to ask my mother about this because, I mean, on one hand, obviously, I thank her for it, but I mean, this is back when smoking in bars, and she'd take me 12 years old to play the 11 p.m. set in the blues scene in Australia, and I don't know how that happened, but I'm thankful that it did.
Were you with a band, or were you playing by yourself?
I was playing by myself.
At 12 years old?
Yeah. I know it doesn't make sense.
No, but so you've been this good for a long time. So let's make it clear to the audience, you're playing a normal 6-string guitar.
Yeah, just a regular guitar. I mean, I bought this guitar when I was 12 or 13.
Really?
Yeah, from a factory where my grandfather used to work. I think I spent $400 on it.
Tuned normal?
Tuned normal, just a regular guitar.
Standard 6-string tuning.
Yeah.
And for the radio audience, we need to make clear that you only have 4 fingers and a thumb on your left hand.
Yes, correct.
Right, but even though it sounds like there's 2 people playing this guitar, right? And one of the royal journeyman of the guitar right now is Tommy Emmanuel.
Of course.
And this is, he's from Australia as well, and he had a big influence on you.
Of course, yeah. I mean, it's kind of interesting that this style of guitar came before, or my experience with it came before knowing about Tommy. It was necessity. It was being far enough away from other musicians to collaborate with and other elements to add that if I wanted to perform, I had to do it on my own with a guitar. And then it just happened that, Tommy, being one of the greatest in this, was an Australian, and then so it was a path to then follow once I discovered this.
And you actually toured with him as a young guy. You went on the road with Tommy.
Yeah, well, it's funny. I mean, I'm playing venues now that I was playing opening for him 18 years ago. So following in his footsteps, for
Full
sure.
circle, too.
Absolutely.
But it's nice that the adventure of the acoustic guitar, because of folks like Tommy and yourself and many others, is sort of exploding worldwide. The audiences are just getting huge for guys like yourself that can really explore and explode on a fretboard.
Yeah, this is something I contemplate a lot. I mean, for me, it's not just about the guitar. It's about searching for something deeper and something artistic to say, with guitar just being the tool for that. But I mean, guitar and solo guitar and virtuosic approach to guitar is the foundation of it.
Tommy gives credit to, of course, Chet Atkins, his hero. And, Chet inspired so many, Jerry Reed and others like himself. But then, you add the element of the Michael Hedges to what Chet was doing. Now you have a Tommy Emmanuel.
It's funny. I mean, I hadn't actually listened to Michael until a year ago. I've been one of those obscure guitarists that for some reason doesn't listen to other guitarists. I try and get my inspiration from elsewhere, other genres, other instruments, even just parallels from other art forms, and try and translate that onto the guitar.
Now, Michael Hedges had a very percussive approach to the guitar and the fretboard, which Tommy does, which you do as well. You're brilliant at it. I mean, you beat the snot out of this thing. So it's, and I say that as a compliment. Okay. So was that a hard thing to learn? Most guitar players, I'm going to cut you off for a second, I apologize. Most guitar players, they will approach the guitar as the right hand hitting the strings and the left hand forming the chord, and that's pretty much where it ends. You're taking it 20 steps beyond that.
I don't know for sure, but I think part of this is actually growing up playing this kind of music in Australia, where we had to kind of fight for audience attention more. It wasn't readily paying attention. So I think there's maybe not an aggression, but it's on that continuum. And maybe that's where it comes from, because there's a whole series of people following in Tom's footsteps that are playing this way.
And you excel at the language of instrumentals, which is a language of itself. It's not lyric-based. It's not. You are expressing yourself purely with instrumental songs on your guitar.
Absolutely.
So we're getting into a song. Now tell everybody the name of the song.
Okay, so this one is going to be called Nocelle.
Okay, and what is the emotion that caused you to write this? Let's see if we can get the audience to tap in to what you were feeling when you wrote this song.
Okay, well, knowing this is broadcast to so many people, but it pertains to a very personal story, I'll find a delicate way to say this. So traveling with my girlfriend at the time, 3 years ago, in Italy, on tour in Italy, but having some adventures around that, and we found ourselves on the Amalfi Coast, and not in one of these classic picturesque towns, but in a little cliff town above everything called Nocelle, which is on a path. It's a goat herding track called the Path of the Gods, named by Hemingway actually, because he spent some time there. So it's this tiny little nook overlooking the Mediterranean, and it just has a magic about it. And the personal side of it is relationship breaking down at the time, but juxtaposed by an unbelievably beautiful, magical location, and that kind of making the pain of it more intense and the magic of it more intense at the same time.
Did you write the song there?
Yeah, it would have been midnight, overlooking the ocean and sitting on the front porch.
So I want everybody to picture this. Okay, Nocelle is the song. Kieran Daniel, brilliant guitar player, right here on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. From the cliffs of Italy in the hands of Kieran Daniel on his guitar. He's from Australia. We've got the wonderful Daniel Lindes, a beautiful album from him. He's from Guatemala. Wait till you meet one more guest on his guitar. We're going to get to all of that in the second half hour. Stay right where you are. We'll be back right after this.
You're listening to WoodSongs Show number 1137, broadcasting around the world by the foothills of Appalachia in Lexington, Kentucky. If you would like to attend a WoodSongs broadcast, you can find a reservation and show schedules on our website, woodsongs.com. We'll be back after the break with David Lindes, Kieran Daniel, and a special WoodSongs artist on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. WoodSongs is presented in part by the Kentucky Department of Tourism and VisitLex.com, inviting families from all over the world to celebrate Lexington's 250th anniversary year. WoodSongs is an all-volunteer multimedia front porch for artists worldwide. You can visit our archive of past shows, attend a broadcast while in Kentucky, or become a WoodSongs partner from our website, woodsongs.com.
Hi, this is Tommy Emmanuel, and you are exploring the world of grassroots music with folk singer Michael Jonathan on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
There he is, the man. We were talking about him, Tommy Emmanuel from Australia, and we're coming to you from our home base here in Lexington, Kentucky, the crossroads of America's folk and bluegrass music, the gateway city to the magnificent Appalachian Mountains here in our home of the Lyric Theater. We are celebrating this beautiful world of grassroots music on well over 500 radio stations around the world, like Spokane Public Radio in Washington. We're on WHYR in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Lace Radio Kumba in Australia. We're on the Magic FM network in New Zealand. We're also on Lakeshore Public Television in Chicago, Arizona Public Radio. There are so many places that get to tune in WoodSongs. Dublin City FM in Dublin, Ireland. We're also on American Forces Radio Network. What does that mean? It means we're on the air in 177 nations from South Korea to Kuwait on not one, but on 2 radio station channels in each nation, plus every single military base in the world, every U.S. naval ship in the world, every Coast Guard vessel sailing in North America gets to tune into WoodSongs every weekend. And as always, we want to say hello to the men and women that are out there tuning in. The fans, the public that gets to hear folks like Kieran Daniel and David Lindes, as well as our next guest that we're going to get to shortly. And he has a great story as well. Now, he's a young fella. He just turned 20 years old not too long ago. And he was based in L.A., and he decided to get in an old van of his, a 1993 Chevy, as I recall. And he wanted to become a guitar player in the spirit and path of Kieran Daniels and Tommy Emmanuel and others, and he's certainly doing it. He's going to introduce a tune that he wrote called Nicole. Let's welcome him. His name is Derek LeDuc, right here on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. Very nice. His name is Derek Leduc, originally from the West Coast. Now you're settled in Nashville, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so literally, you got a hair up your nose one day and you decided to get in your van. You were going to leave everything, your home, your life, everything that you knew, and I'm sure that you had a huge bank account to provide for you as you headed to Nashville.
No.
So what was it like?
Well, I went there. I decided about 3 weeks before. I said, I really have to go somewhere else. I really have to go to Nashville because that's like what I really wanted to do. And pretty much 3 weeks, prepared the van, and I got going. And I went there, and I found out about 4 or 5 days later that I had about $1,000 of credit card debt I didn't know about, and I ran out of money. And I just started hustling, like, harder than ever, and now I'm playing for WoodSongs.
Yeah.
So,
and
isn't that crazy?
And we're teaching you that folk rhymes with broke.
Yes.
That's what we're teaching you, right? So now, literally, you got in this 1993 van. This is like, what, a year and a half ago? A year ago?
No, 5 months ago.
5 months ago?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is like all new stuff to you.
New, yeah, it's new.
So you landed in Nashville, and you knew everybody there, right?
Like 3 people I knew. I didn't know that many people. I was just going out to coffee shops and meeting a bunch of people, and I was vlogging about it and, you know, just putting myself out there as much as I could.
What did your mom and dad think of all this?
Surprisingly, they had a lot of faith in me. I'm pretty surprised about that.
That's a good mom and dad right there. Give mom and dad some credit. So you made your way to Nashville. You've got your guitar. You just played a beautiful song called Nicole that you wrote.
Yes.
Right, and the same thing. You're using that instrumental language that we were talking to Kieran Daniel about. It's a language unto itself to make these instrumental songs. So are you prolific at that?
I'm still very new to it, honestly.
Didn't sound new to me.
Well, Tommy Emmanuel, he signed my guitar. He's one of my biggest inspirations, and playing a lot of his songs has inspired me a lot, you know.
Gives you the feel for it, right?
Yeah.
And isn't it nice that there's guys like Tommy Emmanuel, who is a huge mentor of the younger guitarists. I mean, he has really set the bar high for other artists to pay attention to the others up and coming. I mean, he is the king at providing opening act slots for these new guitar players, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, this is a nice path for you to be on. But you do write songs with lyrics, and you're about to sing one for us. This is a tune called Why Don't We Talk About That? He's a great guitar player. It's Derek Leduc on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio.
Just to prove a point, pretend we have a choice to change our minds. But we both know that we have our reasons for why we're feeling that we're both right. So let's talk about our common ground instead. 'Cause we both got stories, both got blood we shed. We both got a mom back home that we both miss. Problems keeping promises. We got some habits that we should kick. Had lovers leaving, can't let quit. Some things we said we wish we could take back. We both got some work to do. But why don't we talk about that? The people are fighting in the streets, but we got kids to feed, and we got kids to teach. We'll see through all the careless crime. We're playing with our lives in the name of being right. So let's talk about our common ground instead. 'Cause we the hard way that we both bleed red. We both got a mom back home that we both miss. Problems keeping promises. We got some habits that we should kick. Had lovers leaving, can't let quit. Some things we said we wish we could take back. We both got some work to do. Now why don't we talk about that? Both got a mom back home that we both miss. Problems keeping promises. We got some habits that we should kick. And lovers leaving, can't let quit. Some things we said we wish we could take back. We both got some work to do. Now why don't we talk about that? We got some things we did and we wish we could take back. We both got some work to do. Why don't we talk about that?
The name of the song is Why Don't We Talk About That, in the hands of Derek LeDuc. Beautiful guitar playing. If you want to know more about the music of Derek LeDuc, more about the music of Kieran Daniel and David Lindes, all you have to do is just go to the WoodSongs website, click on the archive page. This is show number 1137. We'll tell you how you can connect with all of these artists. And of course, David Lindes is here. We're so glad that you could be part of the broadcast. What a powerful album. And this next song that you're going to get into is also about your dad. And for those who were joining us on the first half hour, this whole album is part of the recovery that you needed. You're using music to get through the trauma of a very powerfully difficult relationship with your father that hurt you deeply. And so all the songs on this album deal with that?
Yes, that and other wounds, you know. I came to the States from Guatemala when I was 9, and as a kid, everybody says, you're so lucky. It's going to be so great. You're basically going to meet the Ninja Turtles when you get off the plane. And it has been great, and I am grateful, and it was a wound to leave.
To leave home?
Yes.
Do you miss your home in Guatemala even now?
I'm wearing this scarf so I can carry it around with me, you know?
So this is something that's still a very powerful part of your life, your heart, your spirit, your reason for being. Absolutely. And it's reflected in the music that you make. And your dad, your relationship with your dad remains extremely present in these songs and the reason for your performance of them, right?
Yes.
So this song that we're getting into now refers to that. It's called Gold in the Ashes. It's about his dad. It's from his album Peace with a Lion. Beautiful album. David Lindes from Guatemala on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio.
2 stones, a flicker, a gust. I felt my own muscles combust. And once every bone had burned down. Once I thought every bellow for help had been drowned. I saw gold in the ashes, glint in the smoke. Like the face of the sun, the child I had been running from. Harmless, wide-eyed and unbound. What the fire was searching for, the fire found. I saw gold in the ashes, glint in the smoke. Gold in the ashes, the burning gave birth. Gold in the ashes, gold in the ashes. In the ashes.
Beautiful song. From his album Peace with a Lion, and he plays like a lion. He's here all the way from Australia, and he is just touring America all over the world with his 6-string guitar. He's absolutely spectacular. He's going to play the title cut of his new album called Like the Night Itself. Please welcome Kieran Daniel and his guitar back to the WoodSongs Old Time Radio. Good Lord. Kieran Daniel, Kyran Daniel. I spell it out because I want you to find this guy. I mean, this is just a spectacular performances on this thing. So let's make something really clear. There's only so many letters in an alphabet. There's only so many notes available. There's only so many frets on a guitar. And it's like you're expanding the universe of all of them.
I mean, this is the thing that drives me crazy about this art form, is you're so limited. But I don't know, maybe that's where you dig for beauty with it. You find other ways to approach it.
Well, you've got a heck of a backhoe going on that fretboard there. I mean, you're digging big time. So now next to you is Derek Leduc, and he's sort of in the same path that you are with his guitar. What advice would you give? Not just Derek. I mean, he's doing great, but there's a lot of young guys out there that are, you know, pursuing the same thing. They see Tommy Emmanuel, they see you, they see others, and that they want to do that. What's your advice to them in this current music world that we're in?
I mean, first of all, I'd want to be very careful giving advice, because I feel like 50% of each waking day is me analyzing, figuring out my own path, which, you know, I have some markers for, but I'm still in process of it. I feel like authenticity is the biggest thing. You can't be a copy of somebody else. You got to find your inspiration, whether that's in the guitar world or something entirely different, whether it's falling in love or traveling or another art form. Just find what moves you and then channel that. And if that's in instrumental guitar, if it's great. If it's with vocals, great. But I think authenticity is the key to doing anything in this.
You know, and there's advice too for originality. There's advice to parents too, that they see a young kid, the kid wants to pursue the guitar, they want to pursue an instrument, whether it's banjo or violin. Get them a good one to start. Don't buy them the cheapo. Get a good one to start, and tell them why.
Oh, absolutely, because I mean, if I was given a guitar that was set up like 50% of guitars you take off the shelf, I wouldn't be able to perform a concert like I perform it. I couldn't get through it. Most of us couldn't get through it. Having an instrument that is of good quality and it's set up well and somebody's taken the time to look at it properly, I mean, yeah, that's going to make all the difference. I'm sure there are thousands of kids that have quit just because they have the wrong instrument.
It feels bad. It hurts. You know, it's hard to play. It doesn't stay in tune. It's not intonated.
I mean, I've always played tuning my guitar down half a step. I started doing that because it was too hard to play when I was younger. So I found a hack to make it easier for myself, and I still use that today.
Well, next to you, like I said, in stage here is Derek Leduc, and we've got time for one more of your songs, and you're going to do a tune called Stable Ground, right? This is a vocal tune?
Yeah.
Vocal tune. It's Derek Leduc on the WoodSongs, Old Time Radio.
She gave me the word and I think I took the bait. I'm breaking all those promises that I made yesterday. Well, I swore I'd stay on stable ground, but her beauty shook my soul. My heart and head are in the clouds of tiny chemicals. Those sky blue eyes that get me high, and every time I hear her voice, I can barely stand. Man, oh man, I never had a choice, but it's feeling like it's all the time I wanna have her around. I just can't keep my feet on stable ground. All the time I wanna have her around. I just can't keep my feet on stable. Just can't stable ground.
Wasn't great having Leuk from Los Angeles on our show, the incredible Kieran Daniel, powerful guitar player, and the very intense, almost spiritual songs of David Lindes from Guatemala. What a beautiful broadcast from everybody. It's something that I think that we all learn. You know, we were talking to Kieran. There's only so many frets on that guitar. There's only so many notes to choose from. There's only so many letters in the alphabet to create the words and the music. But the idea, like he said, be original, be unique, be you. You know, something that somebody said a long time ago, Ralph Waldo Emerson said, go where there's no path and then leave a trail. And that's what each one of these artists are doing. You can do the same thing. You know, the most powerful stage in the world is your own front porch. The best audience in the world is your family. So take what guys like these are doing and use that as inspiration for your own music. My name is Michael Jonathan. I'm a folk singer. I am a song farmer. We'll see you next week on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. Good night.
You've been listening to WoodSongs broadcast number 1137. Michael's opening song was Daughter from the Looking Glass album. Our chief engineer is Jerome Galt. Our TV director is Maria Claridge. Technical assistants are Brian Klausing, Eric Anderson, Dan Field, and Gavin Clark. The WoodSongs crew member of the week is Gavin Clark, and our WoodSongs partner of the week is Nelda Smith. Our show is produced with the support of Martin Guitarist, the Kentucky Department of Tourism, and VisitLex.com, welcoming visitors from all over the world to Lexington, Kentucky. Special support provided by Hybrid Spring Water, the Clarion Hotel, Nate's Coffee, and Travel Hosts Magazine. WoodSongs and WoodSongs are both registered trademarks of Rachel Aubrey Music and distributed worldwide by the WoodSongs Radio Network and PRX, the Public Radio Exchange. For Michael Jonathan and the entire WoodSongs crew, this is Dorothy Edwards. We hope you'll join us again next week for the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. The online version of WoodSongs is a free gift to our fans, provided by VisitLex.com and KentuckyTourism.com, inviting fans and families worldwide to attend our live broadcast tapings at the Lyric Theater in historic Lexington, Kentucky. The Encore section is next. You can support our musical mission by becoming a WoodSongs partner. It's as simple as a PayPal click on our website, woodsongs.com.
Let's give Dorothy a big round of applause. She does this every week. She's so good at it. You guys were wonderful. Didn't they do great? I love shows like this. Okay, this is good. So they're going to do encore performances for you here in a second, and then they're going to go out into the lobby to meet everybody. They brought their CDs, but most important, they want to say thank you, shake your hand, meet you, so don't feel like you have to rush out right away. So we're going to go in reverse order. We're going to go with Derek, and then we're going to go with David, and then we'll end the evening with Kieran, okay? So Derek, what do you want to play for everybody?
I'm going to play a song I wrote on New Year's. It's called Pretty Women. It's about lady problems. And it's about a friend of mine. Lady problems. Yeah. Can I start now?
You need to go to a cliff over in Italy.
All right, here we go.
I got a friend that you've never seen that has some problem with the beautiful things. I get so nervous, he gets scared of the hot heartbreaker eyes and pretty long hair. Don't you judge my buddy, he still has it hard. Though he makes a little money, plays a mean guitar. Something about them angels makes him stop in his tracks, and he's wishing he can gather all his confidence back. Anyways, I'm asking 'cause he's down on his luck, and I'm only trying to help him learn to get what he wants. You see, my friend is out of town, so I'm asking for help. How the hell you supposed to talk to pretty women? I got a friend, he's stuck in the grave. When the ladies walk on by, he doesn't know what to say. I'm sure a pretty woman's in the crowd today. It's best I get your number and I'll send it his way. Anyways, I'm asking 'cause I'm down on his luck, and I'm only trying to help him learn to get what he wants. You see, my friend is out of town, so I'm asking for him. How the hell you supposed to talk to pretty women? Got a friend that you've never seen. Well, probably 'cause he is imaginary. Every single line in here is talking about me, but I hope you can appreciate the honesty. Anyways, I'm asking 'cause I'm down on my luck, and I'm only trying to learn just how to get what I want. You see, my friend is out of town, so I'm asking for him. How the hell you supposed to talk to pretty women? How the hell you supposed to talk to pretty women? How the hell you supposed to talk to pretty women?
Thank you.
Good message in the song there, Derek. You're on a lifelong journey, I guarantee it. Okay, before we get to David and beautiful, powerful songs, and I love that you're representing your culture so well on stage. Thank you for that. I think it's a beautiful thing. Speaking of culture, many of you know that WoodSongs collected 1,800 instruments that we gifted for free, of course, to the musicians who lost everything in the storms of Helene. We did that in Asheville. You should have seen the line, or nearly 1,000 people in line for guitars and banjos and flutes and horns and keyboards and everything that you can imagine. A lot of the WoodSongs crew was there that day to be part of it and witness it. If you go to woodsongs.com/Helene, you can see the pictures and the news stories. It was an amazing thing because love is the greatest transaction of the arts, and everybody volunteered to do that. While we were there, while we were preparing to go there, the Appalachian corridor of our own home state of Kentucky got obliterated with floods. You don't hear much about that in the news, and that troubles me. It seems like Appalachia always gets the short end of the media stick, and I don't know why it's that way, but they really, really got brutalized by these floods. And now, this weekend, it hit again. So we've been collecting instruments, and here's what I want to tell you. If you have a playable, good condition instrument of any kind that's not a piano, because they're too big to transport. But if instruments don't belong under your bed, they don't belong on your wall, they don't belong in a closet, they belong in the hands of a musician. What we want to do is take your instrument, bring it to the Kentucky Theater or any Willis Music Store by this Wednesday. We're collecting all these instruments. We're going to put new strings on everything. We're going to polish them up, fix them up, and then this coming Sunday at the Appalachian Center of the Arts in Pikeville, we're going to pull in there. All the volunteers are getting together, and we're going to gift hundreds of instruments to the musicians of Appalachia who lost everything that they had, and they did lose everything they had in these massive floods that we don't hear about. I don't know why that is, but it's true. So if you've got one of these playable instruments, please bring it to the Kentucky Theater, bring it to Willis Music Store by this Wednesday, and then we're going to collect them and go. If you don't have an instrument and you want to support the idea, if you want to support the mission, if you want to support the effort, then we're going to have a contribution box in the back. If you can help us rent the trucks and stuff that we need to collect all these instruments from everywhere. They're coming as far as Roanoke, North Carolina. So we've got, Raleigh, North Carolina, and that's a long way to go, and it's expensive. So if you've got the ability to donate a few dollars, thank you very much for that. But having said that, David, you've got a very powerful story, and it's all contained in this beautifully done album. You had a Grammy Award winner produce it for you, didn't you?
Sometimes you get lucky, you know?
Yeah. Was that a hard thing to convince someone to do that?
You know, I thought it'd be tougher.
It's amazing what happens when you ask people, right?
It is.
If they say no, nothing in your life has changed. If they say yes, it's now their problem.
Yep.
So that's our theory.
He's still recovering.
Well, I'm sure it's a good recovery. What are you going to play for us?
All right. Somewhere here in Lexington, there is a little seed, and it is saying, "Spring, I'm ready. I'm ready to bloom." This song is called Florecer. Primavera, soy tierra negra, esperando tu verdor. Tómame con todo y piedras, vuélveme un jardín en flor, florecer, florecer. Estoy listo para florecer. Florecer, florecer. Estoy listo para florecer. Mi semilla, tu aguacero, mi maleza, tu asadón, que el arbusto de mis penas, de retoños de perdón. Florecer, florecer. Estoy listo para florecer. Florecer, florecer. Estoy listo para florecer.
Beautiful song. David Lindes. why on earth didn't you play that during the show?
I asked you before the show.
Did you? I don't remember.
I said, should I do 2 in English and 1 in Spanish?
Oh, is that
or
what
2
the
in
question
Spanish
was?
and 1 in English? And
That's a gorgeous song.
Thank you.
And you performed
Thank
it
you
so
much.
well.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to end the evening. Don't forget, they're going to be in the lobby. They are going to say hello to everybody. They did bring their CDs. They do want you to make their music part of your home music collection. Kieran Daniel, huge exclamation point on the show tonight. Thank you so much for coming all the way out. It's a pleasure.
I appreciate you having me, Michael.
It's a
Thank you,
pleasure to watch you.
Thank you.
What do you want to play for everybody?
I actually want you to pick. I chose something more gentle and emotive, but I'm wondering if I need to do a bit more of a firecracker. What do you vote?
I say blow the wall out of the back wall.
Okay, I wasn't planning on playing this, but also it kind of fits. This is track 2 off the new album, which is featuring Tommy Emmanuel as well. He helped me finish this song at a train station in London a couple of years ago. So this is called La Casa di Ponsaco.
I got a spare room behind the barn for my Mac attack when I'm on the farm. You click it on, then you click around. See the cyber fun I found. Well, I'm a hayseed of the first degree. I'm a country country boy from Tennessee. But on the screen I'm so debonair. I'm a cyber hunk with a full head of hair, and I'm looking online. Look out world, you're in luck. I got a gigabyte drive and an old Ford truck. Lonely lady stuck in your house. I can change your world with a click of my mouse. We can ride around the planet as long as you can type. Lock the women up and bring your daughters inside, 'cause Cyber Bubba's alive. I'm an internet lover and I search the world in my cowboy boots for my cyber girl.